So another word for an equation, let me write that down, is a rule, okay? So we're going to actually be finding the rule today, or the equation today, or we're going to be finding the function today. Either way, whatever that word is, it's all going to be the same result. You need pink and blue. So do me a favor, get your pink highlighter and blue highlighter right now. Okay? If you remember, we always like to start with a start, which here we're calling the y-intercept. The y-intercept right there is 3. And the slope, which we have here, is either going to be up and right or down and right. So we're going to go up. 1, 2, 3, 4. And right 2. 4 over 2 equals 2. There's my slope. Now I'm ready to write my rule. Well, since I'm dealing with figure, number, and tiles, I need you to use T of n equals 2n plus 3. So the pink goes first, and the blue. Okay, we're going to do the same thing for the next one. First thing I do is find the start. 6. I'm going to go up and right. Up 2, right 2. 2 over 2 equals 1. Now I'm going to do the equation. Even though I called it a rule or an equation, it's still figure number and number of tiles. So T of n equals 1n plus 6. And honestly, I would prefer you to be more fancy if you can and go T of n equals n plus 6. I'll accept either one, but if you can be fancy, you really want to be fancy. Okay? Let's go to the next one. The y-intercept, 12. Now in the previous ones we were going up and right, but this time we're going down and right. Down 2, down means negative. Right 2, negative 2 over 2 is negative 1. Now I'm ready to write my rule, still talking about tiles. T of n equals negative 1n plus 12. Now whenever we're dealing with the 1, if we can be fancy, we want to do it. T of n equals negative n plus 12. I'll accept either one, but if you can be fancy, always be fancy. Now notice instead of saying slope and y-intercept, I say m and b. Well, my b stands for beginning. That's my start. I'm going to go down and right. Down 2, right 1. Negative 2 over 1 is negative 2. Now I write my function, still talking about tiles. T of n equals negative 2n plus 7. Okay? So, now that we know that, and we've done everything tiles, let's step it up a notch. So let's turn the page. And now we're going to do the same thing. We're going to find the slope, the m, we're going to find the y-intercept, the b, the start, the beginning, and of course we're going to have to get an equation. Now this time, or a function, or a rule. Now this time if you look, there isn't tiles. We're dealing with x and y, so it's got to start with y equals. We're dealing with y, so it's got to start with y equals. We're dealing with y, so I got to do y equals. Whatever it says to do, you've got to do, unless it says nothing, and then you get to pick. Okay, so let's look at the start. My start here is at 2, and then I'm going to go up 2, right 1, 2 over 1 is 2. Well, that worked out, but let me just still color coordinate to x, because if I'm dealing with y, I'm also dealing with x, and then plus 2. Okay, let's deal with the start for number 6. We start at 3. Now this one you want to be careful. This is a good one for me to put on the quiz, because I am going up and right, but 1, 2, 3, 4. But if you look down here, I messed with you. So you're not going right 2, you're going right 1. 4 over 1 is 4. Now I can write the function, y equals 4x plus 3. Okay. So always be careful, I might try to trick you there. Let's go to the next one. The start is at 8. I go down 2. And I go right 1. Negative 2 over 1 is negative 2. I'm ready to write my equation. And we're good. Okay. The next one is similar, but I'm going to mess with you a little bit. So let's look at this one. My b, my y-intercept, my slope, my m, and my rule, my equation. Now if you look, there's y equals, so I've got to do y equals. If you look here, I don't see an x or a y. I could do f of x if I want to. I could do y equals if I want to. I feel like if there's nothing, it's just easiest to do y equals. So there's nothing there, okay? So I would pick y equals, but you can do f of x and get the same thing. So let's look at number 8. My start here. Now that's 10, but that's not 9. Because if you look, if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 10, that doesn't make sense. But if I go by 2s, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, I can see my start is at 10. If you look right here, it crisscrosses right there. So I can go up. Now it's not up 2, because every time you're going from 8 to 10, that's 2. And then 10 to 12, that's 2. That's a total of 4. So 4 is on top. And then I go to the right. Now this one's not going by 2s, because this is 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going right 1. 4 over 1 is 4. Write the equation. And I'm good. Okay? Let's look at number 9. I didn't have any numbers here, so I'm assuming I'm going by 1s. 1, 2, 3. 3 is my start. I'm going to go down and right. I'm going to have to be really careful about this one because it's kind of hard to see. Down 1, 2, 3. I have to count the origin as one of them. And it looks like 4. So down 4. And then right 1. Let's see, 1, oops, 2, 3, 4, 5. So right 5. Negative 4 over 5. I can't do anything with that, so I just leave it. And then I write my equation. Please, if you follow this order, you're going to be fine. Okay, let's go to the next one. My y-intercept this time is way down here. Negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, negative 5. Now the problem is, if I go up and right, I don't touch. And if I go down and right, I don't touch. So I'm going to have to go backwards this time. This is when I'm going to have to be creative. I see the next dot is here. So I'm going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Up is positive. Now I never go to the left, but this time I have to go to the left. Since I'm going to the left, that's backwards, that's negative. 5 over negative 2 is negative 5 over 2, because the negative always goes to the top. It just looks nicer. And then my answer is negative 5 over 2x, and then minus 5. Don't put plus a negative. Last one, my start is at negative 2. Now the slope means I'm either going up and right or I'm going down and right. I'm not going up at all, so I don't go up at all, and then I go to the right one. 0 over anything is 0. It gives me an x and a y, so for my equation, I'm going to do y equals. And I can go 0, x, minus 2. Now that's fine, but if you really want to be fancy, don't even put it. Y equals negative 2. I want you to be careful though, because if I gave you y equals 1x minus 2, that's y equals x minus 2, because I have 1x. Here, I have no x at all. Okay? So what I want you to do now is turn the page, and your homework is just to get these 5 problems done.